Happy Monday, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Grammar Monday. In today's video, we are going to be talking about the habitual tense, usually represented by the prefix Hu. I hope you derive a lot of value from this video. Also, if you're ready to take your Swahili learning to the next level, just click on the link on the bio to explore other courses that I offer. I look forward to seeing you in class. So in this video, I will be talking about the habitual tense. So in Swahili, this is the tense that we use to demonstrate actions that we do on a regular basis. So we have an example, a few examples here in English. I run every day. She cooks daily. They read every morning. So these are sentences that would actually call for the habitual tense. How does this usually function? Unlike the regular verb that follows the stove formula, which is subject, tense, object, verb, and extension. If you don't know what that is, please refer to my earlier videos. This one simply affixes the who in front of a verb. So, I run every day. You can say hukimbia. But this does not change depending on the subject that you're working with. So how on earth do you differentiate between I run every day and she runs every day? Well, this is when the pronouns come in. If I want to say I run every day, I will say Mimi, let's change that to that, hukimbia kila siku. Okay, so let's go back to a little chart here and see how that looks like. For personal pronouns, I is Mimi, you is Wewe, he or she is Yeye, and we is Sisi, you plural is Nini, and them is Wow. So what do we do? Okay. For I, we'll say Mimi, because we have a few verbs here, soma. Just take that and say husoma kila siku. Let's try a second one. How about you read every week? Wewe husoma kila wiki. Okay, let us use he or she cooks. So she cooks every evening. She is Yeye. And then hupika kila jioni. How about we try something in the plural sense? They sing every morning. Wow. Where am I getting wow? Look at our chart here. Them, wow. Actually, this should be they, not them. Them is for objects. So, wow huimba kila asubuhi. Okay, so this is really the gist of how you use the habitual tense. You simply use the personal pronoun of whatever subject that you're working with, and then attach who in front of the verb, and then if you want, you can tell us the frequency that you do the particular action. It's not necessary. If you just want to say, yeah, I read. If somebody says, do you read? You're like, yes, ndio. Mimi husoma. So you might not feel compelled to tell them how often you read, but it helps you to remember that the habitual tense is simply a tense that you use every time you do something regularly. Now, if we want to negate it, what do we do? So, you do not necessarily negate the habitual verb itself. What you do, you start with huwa, okay, and then negate the verb itself according to the general rules of negation. So, for instance, I don't read every morning. Huwa sisomi kila asubuhi. Okay, so the who really becomes huwa, and then you negate the verb itself. So mimi husoma, let's try it. Mimi husoma becomes huwa si somi. Okay, and you will note that this will change into the present tense only. Huwa shows I usually do something. So this is I usually do not read. So in other times, you will see the habitual tense being rendered as mimi or mimi huwa ninasoma. This is a very long way of saying it. But you can actually see the sense when it comes to negation, because you will simply say huwa si somi, or huwa hawa somi. So let's try to fill in the blanks here. Huwa sipiki, huwa hupiki. So hatupiki, hampiki, huwa hampiki, huwa hawapiki, and so on and so forth. So what you simply do is attach the huwa, because the hu transforms to huwa, and then negate the verb according to the present tense, depending on its subject prefix. If you do not know how to negate present tense, I think I did a video a while back. You can go through the profile and you will find it there. But there's really a pattern there that you can use to identify how to negate the habitual tense. So I hope you learned something new, or you reminded yourself of something you'd forgotten, and I will see you again next week.